So I want to say that obviously we've all heard King Kong Bundy.
I don't think a lot of people have heard.
Well, it just kind of made the press today. He died late yesterday.
Right.
It hit the press late last night, like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
He died yesterday afternoon. King Kong Bundy, for those of you that don't know, he was a big wrestler in the
WWF.
1980s, when it was called WWF.
World Wrestling Federation, which I wish it would have kept that.
I know. They changed it because of the Wildlife Foundation.
Well,
sued
no,
them.
it wasn't just that. They had to establish because Vince McMahon didn't want to pay. He didn't want to pay a sports tax on it.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's all based on...
It was all based on cash. So Vince McMahon, is it entertainment or is it a real sports event?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So then he said, well, it's entertainment. And of course there was
Which is really
conflict.
what it is, you know?
Well,
it's all scripted.
It's all scripted.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so...
But here he is, King
He was
Kong.
one of the big villains of WrestleMania, I guess it was 2, when he fought famously against Hulk Hogan.
All puns intended.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
And
almost 500 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
He was 430 something.
He was only
40.
61, so...
Young day, yeah. He was
Young
only
guy.
died at 61 years old.
I know.
So they haven't announced his cause of death. But
I can tell you what it is.
what?
His heart's too small for his body.
Well, obviously could have been that.
Yeah.
I know that he had struggled with cancer at one point in
did
his
he?
foot. And another reason that I bring him up, I wasn't a big... I guess I like wrestling about as much as the next guy when I was a kid, but I was not
I loved it.
obsessed.
Yeah.
I never went to WrestleMania and anything like that, but I watched a lot of the WrestleMania cartoons.
But you made a film, didn't you?
Well, that's the reason I'm bringing him up. Is I had the honor, the opportunity to work with him about 10 years ago when I produced an independent film. This is him in WrestleMania 2.
Years?
Well, we produced it from 2007 to 2007 to 2010. We did the shooting sporadically.
Bobby, what's his
the
face?
Brain Heenan.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
He just died.
He just died too. They're all
Yeah.
dying. So for about 3.5 years, we shot this film.
Andre.
Him and Andre. We shot this film periodically called Fight the Panda Syndicate. You can look for it. Well, you can't look for the film. It's not out yet. It's in limbo. But you can watch the trailer on YouTube.
But
you can see it on IMDb.
Don't you have that photograph of you?
It's
and
here,
King
yeah.
Kong?
No, the point is,
okay.
I wanted to bring him up because I had the pleasure of working with him.
He was a good guy.
A good guy, a nice... Here's him from Moving. Sorry, it's a terrible photo. It's the best I could find. Moving with Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Okay.
He didn't have too much success in film. But he was... This is our film.
Right.
Here he is, here, him and I. He played my character's bodyguard. I was a
Yeah.
villain in the film.
I remember her Russian agent.
She
She's now
unfortunately passed away of
I
cancer
know,
2
very
years ago.
sad.
Here he is. His character was called Otto Belmar. He was a very nice guy, very humble, and this man was hilarious.
Was he?
He was keeping us all in stitches the whole time. Here's him and I.
Look at Chris here.
Really fun picture.
If only you could look like that now.
I know, my hair's got to be a little longer and slicked
French,
back.
That French
Yeah.
look, yeah.
But he was just a hell of a guy. My brother-in-law, the director of the film, him and I wrote the film.
One of the nicest guys on our planet
that
Earth.
you'll ever meet is my brother-in-law.
He really is a sweetheart.
The most selfless person I've ever met.
A wonderful human.
Here's Bundy and I. We shot this in the woods. It was the most humid day that I can remember.
Oh, really?
And he was struggling with his foot. He had some surgeries on his foot.
Oh.
He was in a cast, and he was a trooper. Didn't complain. Was walking around for hours in the woods on rough terrain.
Oh, geez.
Professional, nice guy.
What did you have to pay him to work the few days that he was
I think he was on our film for 4 days.
Jason.
We did this in a tattoo parlor in
Oh, okay.
Pagoda.
Oh, there
Lola's.
it is.
Him and I
There's you,
here.
right.
Yeah, this was a great shoot.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
him looking at the footage
Right.
from we just shot.
there? Okay.
Yeah, he was just a professional.
Oh, yeah, he's got
Here's
the
his
boot
boot.
brace.
Yeah,
Got the boot.
just a hell of a nice guy.
Good guy.
I was very sad to see that he passed.
Yeah.
Where
Where did he live? He lived like local.
So he was a Jersey guy. Grew up in Atlantic City.
Okay.
He lived down, I think, in Glassboro area, Marlboro, that region.
What'd you pay him though? It's like $250 a day or something.
No, we paid him. I think he asked for $1,000 a day.
Really?
Yeah.
You paid him?
Jason paid him.
Wow.
Yeah, he wanted to be paid, and we did with pleasure.
Yeah.
Jason was a very big fan of him.
Okay.
And really took care of him. And he was very gracious to us.
How many days did he work?
I think he worked on our film
Like 3 days.
3 or 4 days. He came up 2 separate times.
Okay.
Stayed overnight for 2 shoots.
Oh, wow.
So I think 4 days.
Okay.
But we got a lot of great footage with him in
Yeah.
4 days. And he
That's
stole
not
some of his scenes.
He did?
So 58 to 2019, he did pass away.
Yeah.
Hell of a nice guy.
Good guy.
I hope he's at peace.
I hope so.
I feel bad for his family and his close
He's gotta be at
friends.
peace.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
Very
tough
nice
just
guy.
lugging around a 500-pound carcass, though.
Well, I think he lost a lot of weight in the
Oh,
year.
did he?
I heard he lost some weight.
Oh, good.
But at his peak, He was 6'4", around 450,
Look at
430,
Andre.
450. Andre was even bigger.
He was even bigger.
Your body's not meant to
body
handle
was
that.
close to 7 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was just a freakish.
I
thing,
know.
but a wonderful.
Great
guy.
documentary about him too that came out
Everybody
recently.
loved him.
Yeah,
I know you love.
Great guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, rest in peace. It was a pleasure working
Yeah,
with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
I was happy to meet him.
I never worked those.
Yeah, I don't
days.
think
I did
you
work
came on. You
that.
worked on the film, but I don't think you were there for
Yeah.
him.
Well, my footage was, all in the editing room.
No, you're in
floor.
one shot where you go like this to the
Oh,
camera.
yeah, that horrible moment.
Anyway.